Hey y'all, it's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, and click the bell to be notified of every time I post. Cause y'all know what it is. Y'all know I post frequently. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what we doing. Y'all already know what it's in for. We jumping, we skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing the Dougie into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a member on my Patreon. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Baby, so we are on the part 2, episode 2 of Chrisean and Tasiki. Now, Chrisean ends up saying basically what they was using for the teaser, the trailer. They had us so shocked, so off our feet. And they started off with that. Remember when I was 7? Topic. So Tasiki didn't hear her. Tasiki was like, what you said? Say it again. Like, I didn't hear you. What you said? Chrisean didn't say it again. But I'm like, no, say what you said again. It's the take her on Maury, take her wherever. Just let her do her big one. And I agree with Tasiki. For me, Chrisean is not looking for closure. She was looking for a moment to get some money, and she figured out a way to get that money and to get that check. I do believe the child should be in somebody else's arms and not hers, just in my opinion. She's trying to calm down the child, and all the child shouldn't even be here, if we being honest. Child shouldn't even be here. So, I don't know. The child be in there, like, the sister, I just need them two to talk. Like, the sister cut it out, all the crying, all the boo. Now, we move forward, and Tasiki is confronting Chrisean about basically already having her plan set in motion to get her jump. It started from them being in the club, allegedly, to, them getting in the van. And that's when March and the other girl went ahead and did what they wanted to do to Tasiki. But Chrisean had already told them get Tasiki when they was in the club. So Tasiki ends up bringing it up. Chrisean told me something, cool, I did that. Are you ready to move forward? I'm like, Tasiki, it's such a waste of time doing this back and forth with somebody who's not going to admit anything. The blame is all on Tasiki. All hands is pointed at Tasiki, but none are pointed at Chrisean because she's holier than thou. I just can't take it. I'm with Tasiki on that. Like, she is doing the absolute most. So Tasiki was like, no, you're weird. I said, exactly. Super weird. So the sister wants to pray. Girl, the prayer could have just stayed over there, no shade. I was just like, huh? I just, what are we praying for? Like, I'm not being funny because I love the Lord and I'm a prayer warrior for real. I love to pray. That's my love language is prayer of myself. But I do believe in this instance, y'all didn't necessarily need a prayer. Y'all needed people to start speaking truth and not just keep talking in circles and wasting everybody's time here. Because once again, like I said in my last video, they were here to talk about the innocence being taken away and also the jumping. That's what they was here to talk about. Everything else that's being brought up about that baby and how she got so much going on, how she's keeping her composure, I could care absolutely less about. And trying to continue making this quote unquote new image of like, oh, I don't do stuff like that, I'm not this girl, boo, girl please, and girl boo. I just don't believe it whatsoever. I don't believe it. And now, I do think she's scared of Tasiki. I don't think that she wants Tasiki to put her hands on her because, like Tasiki said, if that baby went right there, she'd have been rocked out on her. And honestly, I would have preferred seeing that. Zeus should have told her, no, you can't bring that baby. But they allow her to bring the baby. I wish they would have told her that baby had to stay at home. That one and the cute little girl. Not that one. Chrisean baby and the cute little girl. Her baby cute too. So yeah. But yeah, just keep them at home and then y'all come. Or you come. Like, Chastity could have stayed at home too, watch the kids for all I care. But yeah. So Tasiki could have got her. Because I would have preferred it being real raw and uncut. I feel as though y'all are having to keep y'all composure because the kids is there. And that's the only reason why. And that's really to an extent because you knew it could get physical. So that's why you wanted to bring the child. You could have found somebody to watch the child, but you didn't want to. So you knew what you was doing with the baby. Now I'm with Tasiki, very much so, because if somebody did that to me, I wouldn't want to be around them. It's no type of money that'll put me in a room with them unless I am confronting them. And I'm saying everything, like being able to speak your truth and get paid for it. Like, absolutely. I know a lot of victims. I don't know a lot of victims, but I'm sure a lot of victims would love that, to be able to get money off their trauma, off of a situation that had changed their life dramatically and took their innocence. Absolutely. A lot of people would love to tell their story and get some money off of it, but I believe that Tasiki has every right to take legal action, because Chrisean, just off going off of it, Chrisean is not giving me anything to be like, oh, she's not lying, or oh, I can see how this is happening. Like, Tasiki is telling her, like, go into the story, tell us this. Chrisean is not doing it. And like I said before in my other video, the fact that they pay her this money to come and do a scene, and Chrisean wants to move forward in the scene, trying to play this game, I wouldn't even play with her if I was on production. I'd be like, no, girl, y'all gonna talk about this. We not gonna move forward. What are you talking about? Like, no, if I paid you some good money, especially if I ain't even gave you the check yet, some zeros and some commas are being taken off. Because, girl, you tripping if you thought that we set up all this camera equipment, rented out this space for you to just want to move forward. Please. Now, with Tasiki saying that Chrisean was drinking while she was pregnant, allegedly, honestly, I believe her. I do. I believe Chrisean did not care. She don't care. So I do believe that part when it came to that, and just the baby blessed and da da da. Once again, I don't care. Can we get to what we really here for? And this is my thing too. If this is so true, because I don't know where chastity lines up in the sisterhood of it all, but I'm not hearing chastity say you wrong or you did do it. I'm not hearing her say much of nothing. When she is talking, it's blah 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 blah. But as somebody who's the sister of these two, if it happened, you should be saying, oh, hey, it happened. We're here as a family. And if it didn't, you should be saying, girl, you wrong. That girl ain't do that to you. And I'm gonna say this too. Chrisean has definitely put her family in a space of where, most likely, and if we just being honest, it's no way to come back from this. Because at the end of the day, Zeus is gonna move on. It's gonna be more baddies. It's gonna be more seasons. Da da da. These people are strangers. They're not family. But when Christmas come around, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, birthdays, and all this come around, or family reunions or whatever, nobody's gonna want to deal with that, because this is not gonna end at Zeus. It's not going to end at Zeus and be like, okay, that chapter is closed. Like, now all the rest of y'all siblings have to deal with this. Y'all parents have to deal with this. Like, everybody has to deal with this. It's not just a weight on Chrisean and Tasiki. It's a weight on everybody now. And I understand what Tasiki is doing about just being distant and not necessarily putting herself around Chrisean anymore. And I totally understand that. If somebody was, making these allegations against me, but when it came to some money and a couple commas and a couple zeros, they all of a sudden knew my name and they wanted to have a conversation with me, but been bashing me online. And it's the only time that we get together and I allow you to come out and tell your story and speak your truth, because I'm just such this horrible person. I've did all these things. I want you to come out and tell me, like, put the story out there, explain it. Like, you're not on Instagram Live no more. You're in my face. So tell me, what did I do? And all you telling me is, let's move forward. I do think that's crazy, and I definitely understand with Tasiki taking legal actions if it is true, because Chrisean, like, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but she just is talking in circles. So look, because I'm ready to go to the next thing at this point. It ain't all that for me no more. But Tasiki homegirl come in and she basically just saying what all of us are saying. Like, all of a sudden, you want to bring it up. You want to bring it up when Tasiki got a platform. And, your cloud is down. I agree. I agree. If it was hurting you just so bad, so much, you could have brought it up any other time. You and Tasiki was together all the time. You was supporting her, she was supporting you. If she did these things to you, you would have been very distant with her. But if anything, y'all was the closest sisters from what I seen from before even Zeus was thought of. Like the friend said, you was at every shoot, every picture and all that type of stuff. And then when he came to Krishan, Tasiki was at all of the track stuff and everything. So they were close. I'm just not able to put together that Tasiki did that. I mean, I'm just not, because I'm not saying, if it's true or not. I don't know. But Krishan is not putting up a great argument for me to say yes. But her truth is her truth. I wasn't there, so I can't say if it did or not. I'm not finna say that that's not her truth, but I will say you're not doing a great job of proving it. You're not doing a great job of explaining it. You're just not. And like the homegirl said, y'all not doing nothing but hurting your family. Because that's true. Honestly, us as the viewers, we are gonna move forward. We are gonna deal with whatever we got going on. It's just entertainment first. Some just for us to watch. We're invested to an extent, but once we have our own lives, we have other shows and stuff that we watch. So this is just the topic of the week. But that's all it'll be. Is the topic of the week. But y'all will still have to deal with that. Now, Tasiki, that's where you got me confused. Because I hate when folks get to a certain amount of fame, start getting the money they want, and they get you can have this. I don't want this. You can have this. Well, give it to me then. Give it to me. I wish I was in the room to take, oh, girl, well, both of y'all lead the scene in. I'm the new Tasiki. Okay, like, I cannot stand when people say that. Because, not Tasiki. But, when people work very hard to get in a position, not Tasiki, and to keep that position and to keep growing, I just don't like it when y'all make it seem as though you can have it like it's a burden. You'd rather be in the slumps? You'd rather be back where you was? Probably not. You was in a luxury apartment. You got a big house. You did all these great things with the money that you had. Why would you then turn around and want to go back to cross town or somewhere where you really didn't want to be at in the first place? You made all these decisions to get to, this particular point. So I just hate that statement. That irritates me. So I skipped a couple because I told y'all I don't care anymore. They were talking about that house and we said thank you. I'm like, girl, skip. So Tasiki gets frustrated and she like Krishan saying a lot of nothing, and she ends up starting to cry. And she was just like, I'm done. She's not saying nothing. We talking in circles and we're not getting nowhere. So I'm done. She started crying. Her feelings is really hurt. Krishan flew out the way. I don't think Tasika would have hit her though with that baby in her hand. I don't think that. But if she would have bopped her, I would understand. Because of the circumstances. And I know Tasiki is so frustrated because her skirt was fully up. I'm like, I've never seen Tasiki do that before. So I knew she was really frustrated because she couldn't even feel the breeze. And Tasika probably can't bring no family member because you were the bread and butter at one point, and you are like the star of the family. She just became the star of the family. You can call Zeus and say, hey, I want to be on Baddies, and then they put you on there. I don't necessarily feel as though Tasiki has that same type of pull. She's still fighting somewhat to just keep her spot. Not for real, but, she don't have the same clout as her sister. And Krishan, like, I brought a sister. You brought somebody who you knew was going to be on your side and who was going to support you through. And that's all she did, was brought somebody who, cared about her and supported her through. So she brought a sister too. So Tasika go outside, basically telling the other girls that she gonna sue Krishan, as she should. Now, in the midst of her crying, you could just tell it was very awkward. They did not know what to do. They did not know what to do. They didn't know if to hug her or just let her cry or what. So Tasika ends up walking off, and she still is somewhat keeping her composure. I thought she was gonna break down all the way, but she's still somewhat keeping it. She like, she want her to tell her story. She want, girl, y'all know, girl, I'm over it. Honestly, cut the camera at that point. I'm over it, girl. Like I said, waste of time, waste of scenes. They really got nowhere. Nothing was, truth was not told on nobody part. Everybody denying everything. So really, what it is, like, it was a waste of time. And I believe for real, and I forgot to put this in my last one, and then I'm gonna be done with them. I believe that they gave us the Krishan situation because Krishan was like, they reached out to me. They wanted me to be on the show, da da da, all this, all that. I think they put the episodes out just to go and say, go put them out, and then let's, truly go to Baddies post for me. Let's go and get Krishan out the way. Since we reach out to her, she reach out and all this and all that. Since she has so much to say, just gonna put her episodes out so we can go on, be done with her. We won't give her 2 weeks. We'll give her a week and be done. That show, I don't think they're gonna do no show with her. I just personally don't. I don't think they're gonna do any show with her, and I don't know if they felt real disrespected by what she said. They felt disrespected, in my opinion, enough to put 2 episodes out, but I don't know if they feel too disrespected to never work with her again. Because personally, for me, if I'm if I own a network and I went out my way to help you, yes, you scratched my back, I scratched yours, but I more so scratched your back. The season would have been perfect without you regardless. But, I brought you on for ratings, and, really, I personally know you weren't talking about nothing, but from the little cliffhanger, the little drop a bomb on him, I know more people are going to tune in because of that. But honestly, they didn't need you. If we just being real, they didn't need you. Your cloud ain't the same no more. And personally, for me, it was a waste of like an hour and 30 minutes, because y'all truly got nowhere. Now I said I was done, but I'm not. Because I got to talk about Krishan talking to Chastity after. She talking about something, I can't lose self-control. How I'm going to talk to these girls in ministry. Ain't she finna go back to jail? You're not finna be talking to them girls for too long if you finna go back to the jail cell. Yeah, I think, that that is beyond what you have going on right now. Now, that's what I think, not what I know, because I don't keep up with Krishan. But if I'm not mistaken, ain't she finna go back to jail in a little while? So, yeah. The girls in the ministry gonna have to wait. Don't play with Krishan Jesus like that. I'm not gonna speak on the name of the child. I'm not. So I'm gonna continue. But it's the way she said it. It's the whole name. I'm like, huh? That's the baby full name. It was one thing for her to name the baby right after her, but adding the Jesus has just taken me. Like, huh? Now this is what a real Krishan comes out to me, because all that holier than thou went out the window when it was time to get messy, and when things didn't go her way. This is the tantrum that she started throwing, in my opinion, because you bringing up how Tasiki used to be an exotic dancer. You up here saying how she go with the same man that Chastity used to go with. I got the holding the baby ear, barely holding his ear, but covering the baby ear, talking about, I got her out the hood. That right there, y'all, I could have did a backflip in my living room. I was hollering, because what? Girl, like, when I say the don't care is low, low. Krishan was like, you're not going to ever play with me again. And I'm going to say this. This is my whole thing about it. It's the act is over. Like, you feel as though you put her on, she took your spot. You ruined it for yourself. I forgot your name, boo, but shout out to you because you know I'm talking about you. Me and one of my subscribers was in the comments talking, and she said Chrisean ruined it for herself because when the first time Chrisean went to jail, she ruined it for herself. And I also said in my last video, Chrisean ruined it for herself because she got too cocky. And just, I'm continuing to stand on that, and I'm gonna stand on what she said too. Chrisean was feeling herself. Chrisean didn't handle her business long term. So now blame don't need to be put on self. Blame gonna need to be put on Tasiki. Cause Tasiki took an opportunity and ran with it. You can't be mad at her for taking the opportunity and running with it. Like, you should have been watching your surroundings, but also you should have been doing better with the money that you had coming in, the clout that you had coming in at that time. Cause now you broke, you ain't got it. And the reason you ain't say that is cause you scared. The reason you ain't say that is because she already wanted to get up out that chair on you for everything you were saying. But if you would have added all that in there, it would have continued to prove the point that you're mad about the position she in, more so than these allegations. You mad about the position that she's walked in and that she's being able to thrive in and that you don't necessarily have anymore. So yes, if you would have said that, it would have showed the real reason why you was there. And the real reason is because you jealous that she got your spot, or she has a spot. You were supposed to be the famous one, the one who brought the family out the hood, but you fumbled the bag, you fumbled the ball, and you didn't do that. And even if you did, it wasn't for a long time. You know what Chrisean remind me of? She remind me of, his name is Frank something, but they made a movie about him called American Gangster, and he was able to get all his family out and just able to be great, like off of what was going on back in the day with drugs. So he was able to get all his family out of the hood, blah blah blah, had him work for him and everything. And when he got caught, it was the cousin who snitched on him. But when he got caught, the family, poor family. They was messed up bad. Most of them went to jail. Most of the men went to jail. But the mama, the sister, they all had to go back to their regular lives. They had sold their houses and everything, and all depending on this one person, and then it all came crashing down. And I think that's the same thing with Chrisean. Chrisean had the money, had the motion, but was in her own way and was greedy, and then started thinking that she was bigger than the program, and got lost in that, and heavy on, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? And they said, no, do you know who we are? We are the justice system. And it is what it is. What's triggering me is this leave out in the back flying up. That's what's triggering me. Let's truth that. That's what's triggering me is this leave out. Please. Baby, Chrisean ain't coming there for no peace, baby. She came in there for a reaction. She came in there to show that she is irritated and that she can have her spot back. That's why Chrisean is there. Chrisean ain't there for no peace. Chrisean is there for a check. Please stop letting that acting fool y'all. Now we move on to the next day because that's okay, thank you. So we move on to the next day. Nally, Scotty, and his dog all go to a restaurant, and I think that's nasty too. I have dogs, and I don't take my dogs in restaurants. Like, Scotty is tripping, but she been protesting about this dog for a while, as we know from Baddies Eat. She been protesting for a while to keep that dog with her. So, and I think it's like her emotional support animal. So I do understand if it is an emotional support pet, because that's what I have. Even though I support them in their emotions way more than they support me, but I get it. Scotty trying to clock Diamond, saying, "What character do we get today?" Diamond, line it up. Line it up. Tell her that's the character that we're gonna get today. The character of me knocking you down. That's what we gonna get. Like, Scotty, main one can't fight, is talking crazy. The only reason why you have a spot is because, let me shut up. Now, Natalie ends up letting it be known that she's going to give Diamond a baddie chain, as she should. DTB disturbing y'all always. She came in disturbing Scotty. Like, yes, every time. Now, the DTB chain, Diamond been had that. So, or am I tripping? Cause I thought that's been around her neck. Like she been iced out with that one. But I don't know. I don't be looking at her neck for real, for real. But Nelly ends up letting it be known that she has a baddie chain for her, and as she should. She should have got it. She should have got it at that table with Meat Man. Meat Man did not deserve a baddie's chain. Diamond absolutely did. So thank God my girl finally get her chain. Now they having a cute little key. Akbar and Jaden joins them, and they having a cute little key. So Akbar and them, they started talking about Diamond and Tasiki fighting. Of course, Diamond like, yeah, I took my L, but I'm not afraid to get in the paint with nobody. Like, yeah, she could fight. She really can. She could fight. She hit hard, but I ain't afraid. Then they started talking about the tooth. Natalie ends up letting it be known that the tooth fell in her lap, and then she just put it in her boot. And when Diamond started talking, that's when she then did the pose for me, Natalie Nunn, which I thought was a key at that moment. And I agree with Akbar as well about Jaden. Jaden does give me. She ain't looking for the spotlight, but if the spotlight get on her, she gonna do her thing. Once it leaves, she gonna allow you to do yours. She does give that cool, laid back, I'm chilling vibe. Akbar confessional look is eating. Whoever did Akbar hair to that makeup to the stylist, hey, it's simple but it's fire. Simple but beautiful. I swear to God, she looks great. Now, it's Scotty talking too much for me. Somebody who can't fight like that is just talking too much. Tell me something. I'm gonna keep it real. What are you talking for? Now, I usually love Natalie hair. I always brag about her hairstylist, but this, I don't like it at all. That blonde wig with the half ponytail going to the side, and I don't know if y'all got a cherry sticker in the middle with the it look a mess. It look a hot fool. Be creative, but please don't go insane. Like, that's too much. She's a grown woman with a cherry in her hair. Like, no, ma'am. We're not doing that. Now, I get what Diamond is saying with the food fully in her mouth, and we can obviously see that she's chunking on it very, very hard. That is horrible. Please get all the food out your mouth first before you start talking. But I understand what she's saying. Like, in public, I'm not doing that. But at the house, I'm lining it up because I'm a woman in public. But, I give you what you need in private. And I respect that. Yeah, and they all started trying to gang up on Diamond, talking about something. But you were talking about her son, though. She was not talking about her son. She was not talking about that girl's son. No matter how y'all try to flip it, she was not talking about the son. She said, go play with your son. Go play with your child. Like, get out of my face. Stop talking to me. But she's not talking about her child. She's talking about, like, go find something else to do. That's not the same. All y'all, well, it is 3 mothers here. And I get how y'all would take that. But, critical thinking skills, clues. First of all, Rollie shouldn't have said that. Rollie, I guess, thought Diamond was Mariah. Diamond is not Mariah nor Slim. She'll take it there with you. And she started with her. And once again, she wasn't talking about her child. So we move on to the next scene. It's Jayla and Rollie, but I skipped it because they not doing it but saying how they love Detroit. Okay, great. Then Anna, Biggie, and Tasiki go, and they all acting like they ain't seen each other in 8 years when the scene was set up, and they was like, okay, now y'all go in. And y'all playing like y'all ain't seen each other in forever, and everybody hugging like, oh, sister, and it's just not giving that for me. So Anna ends up letting it be known that her stomach got beef. She said she beat some up 4 times. Where was that? I don't remember that. Do y'all remember that? We're gonna see if you beating up this season though. Cause I don't remember you beating her 4 times and you said that with confidence. And obviously they casted somebody who has beef with Mariah. They casted Smiley and Smiley had beef with Mariah. They don't care nothing about no Mariah. Girl, like, that was even stupid to say. Now, Rollie needing that with Diamond, I think is crazy. But I just think she didn't like Diamond. And she just wanted to take it there with Diamond. I don't think it's really like that. But too, they said that this is in a time where Rollie had a lot going on with, her and her son and, the stuff that she was doing with her son. So they was like, she wasn't in a good space. So she wanted to line it up regardless because she just wasn't in a good space. But okay. So Tasiki ends up breaking down about chrisean. She ends up letting it be known, like, this is why she think that she could fight so good, because she's just so strong, and she would have never thought chrisean would have did this to her. And then Anna wants to take the moment and play like she crying. Girl, I didn't see a tear. I didn't see her eyes even get watery. Like, be so fucking for real. Like, girl, get out of here. And then it's just all this, I love you, sister. Like, oh, do you want to go out? That'll make you feel better. Y'all had to go out anyway. Y'all had to go to the next scene anyway. Like, what are we talking about here? All that, I love you, sister. And I think she wants to support her, but all that fake crying and stuff is just like, girl, get out of here. Like, you can support her without overly doing it. Now, Rollie needs an Oscar because I mean, I understand, like, you getting where she coming from, but the fact that now you over there crying and really getting your moment, I don't know. I just feel like the whole thing was fake. And that could just be me. I'm not a very empathetic person. I don't have a lot of empathy. So that could just be me personally as a person. But all that, like, people don't ask us what we go through. And, like, we are here to be entertained, not to go get the tissue boxes and cry. Like, and whoever these people is that have y'all just so hurt, y'all need to cut them out of y'all life. If you ask me, y'all need to get the cutting them out of the equation. And I'm Jayla, swear to God. Before Jayla started trying to talk and empathize with them, the looks alone, I am Jayla, because I will just sit there in awkwardness, like, really? And my facial expressions are everything. Like, when I tell my friend's story, they have to see my face because they know how I'm finna give it up. My face is gonna tell it all. And I just believe Jayla face told it all. And then it was Tasiki trying to put the moment back on her, and Rollie started over talking her. I said, yeah, girl, just let her have it, because she really needs this moment. Just let her have it. So they end up going to the next scene. They got tired of them crying and doing all that. So we moved on to the next scene, and it's Scotty, the dog, and Natalie. And then Akbar, who else? Akbar, Jaden, all them. Then Tinka come up. Tinka turned up. She lit. I loved her second confessional look. It looks really cute. She looks really, really good. So yeah, but they have already let us know that Tinka is trying too hard this season. They've already let it be known that she is doing a lot this season. She is thirsty for a storyline. So I'm excited to see how thirsty she is. Not when she say go play with your kids. Cause go play with your kids. Go play with your kids. Don't play with me. Go play with your children. She said what she said. So the girls are really talking about nothing. We just waiting on DTB to get there. And when DTB stepped at that truck, it gave, now that's TV. Swear to God, from the top to the bottom. She, like I said before, is legendary. She is one of the greatest out here to do it, for real, for real. She is now this TV's royalty, and her flowers need to be given to her now, not later. So she comes in with her swim cap, her mouth guard, her diamond shirt on, her shorts, her tennis shoes. She ready to line it up. Line it up. Line it up. So Diamond comes in, and I wasn't even picking this up when I first seen it, but they had already had them angled a certain way to the camera, and they had Rollie angled to where she could see Diamond if Diamond came in. So Diamond comes, she just fly over there. She done knocked Natalie out the way. Move, bitch. She done knocked her clean out the way, and she like, come on, baby, let's get this over with. So the first little like scuffle, Diamond was getting it. Diamond, you think you tough? Line it up. Bop, bop, bop. She got her. But once Rollie caught her balance, she didn't got Diamond. It was over with. So it's Natalie telling some stop, y'all grabbing Diamond. Why is you grabbing Diamond? Girl, you know who finna get lined up here. Don't grab her. Grab the one who can truly do some damage. Okay. So she grabbed Diamond, and Diamond snatched away, which I'm like, right. So what we didn't need is then Scotty coming in her confessional telling us what we already seen. We're literally watching it. I did not need Scotty to come in and tell me what I'm watching. I hate when y'all do that. Like, just let us see it. Just let us see it. I don't need somebody to then tell me what I'm already seeing. I see them fighting. I know they're fighting. I don't need you to say, so we all just sitting chilling and they fight. Like, we see it. We see it. So we end up seeing the last round, and it's giving Rollie was taking Diamond through there. You know, she couldn't line her up, and that's okay. It be like that sometimes. It be like that. But I will say this. Diamond gonna get in the field with anybody. Win, lose, draw. She's the definition of win, lose, or draw. And she'll go round after round after round. She really don't get tired. So, like, I get that. I understand that, and I fool with that. But you know, overall the episode was okay. It was okay. I think we spent a long time on Chrisean and Tasiki, and I would have preferred us not to. But overall, it was cool. It was great. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.